Hi, I'm Tanya Wilhelm. Thanks for joining me again today. The other day we talked about dogs barking and why dogs bark. So today we're going to address one of those issues. And one of the reasons a dog might bark is because they've learned that they get something from barking. So we commonly call that demand barking. So an example would be you're getting ready to throw the frisbee and your dog's sitting there, bark, 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 bark. Or maybe he's learned to go outside, he goes to the back door and barks, or goes to your face and starts barking, or he brings the ball and drops it at your feet and starts barking, or he just comes up to you and barks and then you do something for him. So that's again what we call demand barking. What's happened is over time your dog has learned that if he wants to get your attention and he barks, he's going to get that attention. So what we want to do when we want to change that behavior is teach our dogs that when they bark for our attention, that it's actually going to do the opposite. We're going to ignore our dogs. So instead of picking up that frisbee and throwing it when our dogs bark, we're going to just turn our head, look away, and have an invisible dog. An invisible dog to me is when he doesn't exist. So he's done something like barking and all of a sudden he's not there. I'm not paying attention to him. I'm not barking back. I'm not telling him to do something else. I just pay no attention. When he's done a better behavior, and in this example, stopped barking, then my dog appears. So he stops barking, and then I reach for that frisbee and I throw it. He barks again, and I stop my reach. So I like to think of this one too as dinner time. So I know I have a lot of clients who've called me or emailed me that their dogs go crazy when it's dinner time. They're starting to feed them and the dogs are bark, 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 bark. So instead of continuing to prepare my dog's meal, I'm going to stop. So if I'm pulling the bowl out and I'm starting to put that food in the bowl and he starts barking, I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop in my footsteps. As soon as the dog stops barking, I'm going to go ahead and start preparing his meal again. And again, I'm going to repeat that process. So it might be a little bit of a yo-yo back and forth, stopping and starting, stopping and starting. But if you're consistent and patient and follow through, eventually what your dog's going to learn is that when he stops barking, you're going to continue to get what it is that he wants. When he starts to bark, you're going to stop. So he's going to learn barking no longer gets me things. Being quiet gets everything I want. So it may seem a little challenging at first because your dog again is going to escalate and get a little more barky because it worked in the past. So he's going to throw that temper tantrum. Why is it not working? Why is it not working? Bark, 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 bark. But instead, again, you're going to hold your breath, count to 10, take it easy. If you want a calm dog, then you have to be calm. If you're anxious and you're trying to get things going and you want to move quickly, your dog's going to pick up that same kind of personality and he's going to be fiery and excitable too. So slow down and take it easy. You can also jumpstart things by thinking ahead. So that dinner routine, if you feel a little pressure at 5 o'clock to get their dinner together, try to do it around 4:30. So that gives you a little half-hour window to practice on what you want to do. Or again, if you have a dog that likes to bark at the window before he goes outside to go potty, take him out more often. So you can take him out to the bathroom before he even feels the need to ask. So he's not asking anymore. You're just taking him out. So hopefully these tips have helped. Remember, it's going to take a lot of patience and a lot of practice because you're untraining a behavior that your dog's probably done for a long time. And to untrain a behavior is a lot harder than to teach a better behavior from the get-go. So hopefully you'll keep watching and I'll talk to you soon.